Hello, good afternoon. This afternoon on the marketplace, government fails to meet total revenue and grants targets for the first 7 months, a development that could strain its finances for the rest of the year. Also in this bulletin, automobile dealers appeal to government for more incentives to encourage the adoption and assembling of electric vehicles.
Just waiting for some good incentives from government, especially now the importation of EV is 20% if you import an FBU. And also the infrastructure is very important. The infrastructure has to be there, like we are talking about charging stations being present everywhere. And I think once we have the proper infrastructure.
Plus, Multimedia Group expresses satisfaction and appreciation to businesses as patrons participated in the just-ended EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair. One of the exhibitors will be on with us to share his experience. Details of this and more for you. Please stay on. Thanks so much for your company. I am Pius Kojobaka. Government has failed to meet its total revenue target for the first 7 months of this year, ending July. That's according to new data from the Bank of Ghana. More in this report.
Government was hoping to realize about 122.9 billion Ghana cedis for the first 7 months of this year from revenue and grant. However, as at the end of July this year, it was able to get 116.2 billion Ghana cedis. This was more than the 5.5% less than what it had targeted. According to the Bank of Ghana, the revenue shortfalls were largely broad-based, reflecting all key tax lines. Even though tax revenue has been growing year on year, it was still not enough to meet the target set out in the 2025 budget. Some of the tax lines that did not perform well include pay-as-you-earn, as well as import duties, which fell by almost 2 billion cedis. For some, the development has serious implications for government financing, both for the rest of this year and into 2026. This is because government is currently facing challenges in raising the required funds from the treasury market to finance its expenditure. The development may have forced government to cut down on its expenditure in an attempt to manage the situation. It is, however, not clear for now which projects might be affected and what the implications could be for the economy going into 2026.
Automobile dealers have appealed to government for more incentives to encourage the adoption and assembling of electric vehicles. According to them, although Ghanaians are embracing electric vehicles as alternatives for fossil-powered vehicles, government must create the enabling environment to support the transition, highlighting the need for the provision of widespread charging stations across the country. More in this report.
Ghana's automobile sector is showing promising signs of transformation. Projected to hit about 10.6 billion by 2027, government is confident about the adoption of green and fossil-free vehicles. However, manufacturers say establishing the infrastructure will be key. According to Manish Dramani, head of sales and marketing at MG Auto Trading Ghana Limited, creating an enabling environment for automobile dealerships will increase the availability of electric vehicles. He spoke at the unveiling of the new MG RX9 SUV.
We are just waiting for some good incentives from government, especially now the importation of EV is 20% if you import an FBU. And also the infrastructure is very important. The infrastructure has to be there, like we are talking about charging stations being present everywhere. And I think once we have the proper infrastructure, then it will be good enough to venture into EVs as well. The government has implemented the policy for assembly. However, there are some key important areas which need to be still addressed, like we are talking about ban of salvage cars 10 years and above, and increase in duty for used cars, which is 35%, which is still pending.
The launch of the MG RX9 SUV gathered corporate executives as well as other invited guests. Promising excellent aftercare services, Mr. Dramani highlighted the outstanding features of the new vehicle.
This is having the maximum space in its segment. and is coming with 5-year warranty or 100,000 kilometers. This is basically targeting to customers who are looking at luxury, comfort, reliability and performance, because this car is having a 350 torque and a 150 kilowatt and very powerful engine with all the high options like Apple CarPlay, panoramic sunroof, 20-inch alloy wheels, 12 Bose surround system speakers.
More within the industry, the Automobile Association of Ghana says it is working to help fully operationalize government's flagship 24-hour initiative. President of the association, Jeffrey Opompepra, says the move forms part of efforts to boost productivity and enhance mobility services across the country under the policy. Mr. Opompepra made the comments at the launch of the new Volkswagen T-Cross.
At the unveiling of the new VW T-Cross, industry stakeholders discussed ways to strengthen Ghana's automotive ecosystem and boost local participation. Mr. Pepra said the association is aligning operations and partnerships to support government 24-hour economic policy.
We are not working alone because we work in a complete value chain where in total we have 81 people involved in the business that we are doing, from assembling, shipment, delivery, and all sorts of other additional services. So we've created an addition of 81 jobs, and we know where we are also going with our plans. We are going to add more and more people to create more jobs. Of course, when we have the value demand, we will move from single shift to second and third shift, which is also in line with the government's flagship of 24-hour economy, because you can only support this policy flagship with a 24 economy with industrialization by producing around the clock.
The association further said the move will enhance transport reliability, create jobs, and help sustain business operations day and night.
The Volta region is positioning itself as Ghana's next frontier for industrial expansion, agribusiness and trade under the government's 24-hour economy transformation agenda. This vision took center stage at the Volta Economic Forum Hogwechocho edition held in Wuti, Anglonga, where policymakers, investors and traditional leaders converged to explore how the Volta Economic Corridor can serve as a catalyst for round-the-clock economic activity, job creation and sustainable growth. Ivy Setoji reports.
Volta Economic Forum, the Hogwechocho edition themed Harnessing the Volta Economic Corridor Potentials for the 24-hour economic policy takeoff, brought together policymakers, investors and traditional leaders for a high-level economic dialogue aimed at positioning the Volta region as a thriving force in Ghana's quest for round-the-clock economic growth and industrial transformation.
This forum is more than a gathering. It is a special meeting to call investors, innovators and nation builders to anchor the 24-hour economy in this corridor of possibilities.
The forum provided an important platform for strategic collaboration among government agencies, investors, traditional authorities and development partners seeking to convert regional advantages into bankable opportunities to promote the Volta region as open, stable, and ready for business. In his welcome address, the Volta Regional Minister James Gunu urged partners and investors to see the Volta region not just as a location but as a long-term growth destination.
The Volta region is repositioning itself as a strategic economic corridor. I invite our partners and investors gathered here to see the Volta region not just as a location, but as a long-term growth destination.
The Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oyebambo Ado, emphasized the need for the establishment of the Volta Corridor Investment Center.
The establishment of the Volta Corridor Center, the Volta Economic Embassy, and the Keta Port project have created a good takeoff in terms of harnessing these economic fortunes. The Volta Economic Corridor spans 2 million hectares of land, and it will create over 1 million jobs and attract over $1 billion in investments.
The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, stated that the Volta region holds the key to Ghana's agricultural development.
This year's 41st National Farmers' Day celebration will be held in Ho, the Volta regional capital. This decision is both symbolic and strategic. Symbolic because the Volta region remains one of Ghana's most agricultural endowed and culturally vibrant regions, and strategic because it underscores the government's commitment to decentralizing national recognition of farmers and fishers while celebrating the immense contribution of the Volta region to Ghana's food security, livestock production, and agribusiness development.
And the Chief Executive Officer of the McDan Group of Companies, Daniel Macaulay, urged private investors to take advantage of the Volta region's vast business potential.
The Volta region can generate $9 billion. Well, I'm taking my share as an entrepreneur. You can have the longest cable car in the world in the Volta region. We can rake in billions in agriculture in the Volta region. I can see money, and I can see employment. I can see wealth in this region. We have to thank God that Galamsey is not close here. We still have our water very, very fresh that we have to use for irrigation. We don't have to talk to, please talk to your chiefs. We don't need Galamsey here. We can be richer than gold. We're talking about a 24-hour economy. This is the best place. We, the private sector, will start. We need to look at this region with different lenses.
Ivy Satoji, Choi News, Wuti.
We want to stay all longer within the Volta region because the Chief Executive of Kasuna Healthcare Limited, Mr. John Chibu, says the lack of affordable medical equipment and local expertise continue to limit healthcare access across Africa. Speaking at the Private Health Facilities Association of Ghana's annual general meeting in Ho, he called for stronger public-private partnerships to drive sustainable healthcare delivery and build local capacity.
Kasuna Healthcare Limited is championing the transformation of healthcare systems through the design, construction, and management of modern medical facilities. Chief Executive of the company, John Chibu, highlighted the challenges facing Africa's health sector, including expensive imported medical equipment, limited technical training, and high bank interest rates that restrict investment. He stressed that without collaboration between government, private sector, and healthcare professionals, the system will continue to struggle to meet community needs.
The modern equipment now, modern devices like AI. Most of the doctors you see and radiologists have never even seen them. They went to school with the equipment instead of 20 years old. So how can they operate the modern equipment? So training is another thing. Notice how we get care. And then finally, you have the question of credit facilities. They don't have any money, therefore they don't buy the equipment, therefore there is no equipment. So what Kasuna came to do is to provide affordable equipment, make sure we have local universities, train in the medical professionals, and provide them credit facilities to buy it. So these are the lapses that I've seen, and I used to how we do this.
Kasuna Healthcare says it is addressing these gaps by championing public-private partnerships that deliver hospitals, diagnostic centers, and training programs across Africa. The company has also expanded operations to Nigeria and plans to reach more countries, with Ghana serving as its operational hub.
Medium term is that we want to expand further. We just expanded to Nigeria in May 25 this year. Nigeria is about 240 million. Ghana is 3. So it's a bigger market. Where do we go by December 2026? Togo, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Niger, we want to cover everything before we expand to other African countries. Look, Ghana was our proof of concept.
Kasona Healthcare's renewed focus on partnership and innovation signals a new era for Africa's healthcare sector, one built on shared responsibility, sustainable growth, and community-driven progress.
This is still the marketplace. We have more for you shortly. Hello again, welcome back to the marketplace. After 3 days of a business exhibition, networking and knowledge sharing, the Joy Business EcoBank SME Fair has wrapped up on a high note. Hundreds of exhibitors and patrons trooped to the Good Park near the Accra Mall, eager to connect, sell and learn in an environment designed to empower Ghana's small and medium enterprises. Here's more.
It was 3 days of networking, learning, and showcasing Ghanaian innovation. That's how the 2025 EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair came to a colorful close at a Good Park near Accra Mall. From organic beauty brands to agro-processors and tech startups, hundreds of entrepreneurs use the platform to promote their product and build new business relationships.
We make Ghanaian chocolates with fruits and nuts infusions. My experience here has been amazing, and we want to encourage Joy to bring more of this so that we can sell our products. We make chocolates and we are based in Adenta, and we also have Gary here. So if you are interested, reach out on 0249 967700.
I mean, this is a wonderful experience, but I'll say that next time I would love the organizers to put in more efforts in the promotion so that we can get more people coming on grounds. But I should say this is one of the good experiences that we've had.
You can locate us at Hatcho, and our number to reach us on is 054-817-6077.
For many participants, the experience wasn't just about sales, it was about exposure and access to financial guidance from experts stationed at the venue.
With the backyard, we can start. We have all the products here, beetroots, tomatoes, eggplants, anything that you need, we can provide.
Sure, it's really helping the new business. It helps grow our new businesses, yes. We would like to host something like this every year.
So these are handmade shoes, bags, belts, wallets, and sandals and slippers. Yes, today has been an awesome day. In fact, we've been here for 3 days and we've had some contacts, we've made some sales, and we hope to make more sales by the end of today.
The fair brought together over 100 exhibitors and hundreds of patrons, reflecting the growing energy of Ghana's SME ecosystem. EcoBank partnership with Joy Business is aimed at helping SMEs grow beyond the fair, offering financial advisory, loan support, and digital banking tools to sustain their operations.
Meanwhile, the Multimedia Group Limited has extended its sincere appreciation to businesses and patrons who participated in the just-ended EcoBank Joy Business SME Fair. In a statement, Head of Sales and Marketing David Maxfuga described the engagement and contribution of exhibitors and patrons as invaluable to the success of the event. He promised patrons and exhibitors to address all organizational challenges encountered during the fair in subsequent editions. And we want to assess the impact of this on SMEs really. Let's go on to Zoom and engage one of the exhibitors, Angela Diakpo, Sales and Marketing Head at Galaxy Ghana Limited, and find out how the event went for them. Angela, thank you so much for joining us here on the marketplace, and good to see you. How would you say the fair went for you?
Okay, hi. Good afternoon and good afternoon to your viewers. And the SME fair was a good one over the weekend, and we were able to make some sales, and we generated some leads as well. We have people working in ASA today and buying from us. We made a lot of sales during the fair as well. So it's been a good one.
I'm interested in the good sales you've made. Throw more light on that for me. How good was it?
And we're able to sell a couple of laptops. If I'm not exaggerating, we sold about 20 to 25 pieces of laptops. yes, so it's been a good one so far.
All right, so from what you said as an SME, what message or words of encouragement would you give to organizers, of course, EcoBank and Multimedia Group in subsequent fairs?
Okay, so I would say well done on this fair over the weekend. It was a good one, but moving forward, we would like to suggest that there will be a lot of publicity, and also people will get to know more about the fair, and also get a lot of people to come around, because this time people came around, but it wasn't so much. But we are looking forward to a huge crowd in subsequent years.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, for the sake of time, we'll leave the conversation here and, of course, come to you subsequently as and when we need more from you guys. All right, so that's it for the marketplace for today. I am Pius Kujobaka. We have more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. All the business stories you need to know here in Ghana and beyond. Grateful serving you.